Anybody know of a DMT open or?
Literally
I'm
just
sure
closed it.
Oof. I was thinking about DMing it too.
I'm
That's
just
all right.
looking in services right now. Yeah, Trom X is pretty much constantly doing them. He's doing it right now as of a few minutes ago.
Let me see if
Trom?
the ID is still open. Let me get back on GigaTwixy and check if the ID is still up.
Ooh, yeah. If you haven't been out for like, what is it, a couple minutes?
Yeah, it's still good.
Oh, beauty. Can I get an invite? Thank you.
Yeah.
Clutch.
All right,
Yeah,
it is
but
7.
sorry, chat. I can just whisper. You're good.
No, we're good. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes, and then we are gonna get started.
How do I get around them, Twix? I can get one. What size? Yep.
Okay, I am seeing 38 people in here. I'm gonna get started. Stephen Thin, are you all good to start recording?
Everything is recording right
Lovely,
now.
lovely. Cool. I'm getting a stream going. No, don't go. Why did I do that?
Are you gonna deliver like a monthly business review?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you gonna deliver an MBR or a QBR? I'm all about the business reviews.
There is going to be a profit and loss statement published quarterly, so.
Yes.
You need to talk about your flare.
I really need this in a Tableau.
Okay. Stream is back up. Slideshow is cooperating. I'm going to give it another few seconds, and then once I hear a bunch of doodle-doots, I will get started. There is a slideshow, so if you'd like to tune in, please do so. Otherwise, I'll start jabbering away. Featuring some lovely AI-generated art that I believe Miner generated. So, round of applause for Miner for this lovely, which is also our banner image. Nice little Orgrimmar Cafe art.
I did the Kel'Thuzad edit too. I love that one.
Yeah, that is in the slideshow. Cool. All right, so welcome to the first to the Coffee Town Hall. Like I said, I want to get through this in the next half hour, so we have some time to get ready for a queue tonight. So we'll speed through our agenda here. There's an officer update. I want to talk about our guild mission, our goal, and our vibe. Want to talk about raid preparation, and I also want to talk about Naxxramas and Phase 6. So, for the officer update, we're adding some new officers and clarifying existing roles. The goal here is to clear up any confusion that may or may not be out there about what officers are doing, why they're doing it, and if you need, anything from one of us, depending on whether it's about whether it's a question about loot, whether it's something from the bank, whether it's something about raid strategy, it'll be a lot clearer, who you can go to. Obviously, you can come to me for anything that your heart may desire as it relates to the game, or just if you want to chit chat. My door is always open. But the goal is to, empower this group of officers to be responsible for different functions within the guild, to make sure that everything is enjoyable and seamless, and we can focus on absolutely crushing not only AQ where we are now, but Nax, Ramus, and beyond. So these are our officers moving forward. So Scythar is going to continue along as our banker and our Discord admin, running our bank, managing our horde of things, and also managing Discord as well. Miner is continuing on as loot master, so overseeing our loot council and related strategy, and there'll be a little bit more about the loot council in a few moments. Sham and Zand are going to be, serving what I call raid support. So they'll be supporting our raid lead Stevie on strategy, documentation, analysis, everything that goes into like the playbook of how we do raids. Um, you know, this may seem like a static thing, but as our kill times improve, as we move into more challenging, raids and content, we want to just be keeping a close eye on everything that we're doing, so that we can just get better at this stuff, try out different strategies that are best suited for our not only our composition, but again, as we get better at doing these raids. So it's sort of like, if the raid lead is the quarterback, Sham and Xander be like our raid coaches. Twixie as guild relations. So it's kind of like WoW's version of HR basically, but it's not someone who is snooping into your things and making you fill out questionnaires and such. Although there may be some of those along the way, but really it's about helping folks with preparation, which we'll get into, helping initiate new members into the guild, just sort of being like, there are various miscellaneous things going on in the guild. So like Twixie, who is a wonderful presence within the guild, can be a great resource for all the things WoW that you may run into. And then finally, Thana is our librarian. So as we move forward, through WoW, as we have been and into the future, we're generating a lot of words and records and recordings. So having someone who can take notes along the way and keep all that stuff nice and organized, especially as we get into like a more robust recruitment strategy, which we'll get into down the road. It's good to have someone whose responsibility is to kind of like keep all that stuff organized. So speaking of loot council, we're going to be switching things up a little bit on our loot council. So Ilix and Lemon had volunteered to serve on our loot council. So that will mean that our loot council will be comprised of a mix of officers as well as guild members. So on an average night, Miner, Scythar, and Twixie, plus Ilix and Lemon, will be the loot council. Zand has kindly volunteered to step into loot council on some of those nights that Miner is unavailable. And a final part of this is I am stepping down from the loot council, but if there are instances where the loot council just needs more people in order to keep the voting process to be smooth, because I do have some experience there, I will step in. But generally speaking, I will no longer be serving on our loot council. So our mission, our goal, and our vibe. I feel like this was a good time to talk about some of this stuff. We're in the heart of AQ. Things are going really well. We're absolutely blasting this shit. But as we head into more complex stuff and we start to look beyond classic to TBC, I feel like it's a good time to think about what are the things that unite us, like what can unite us, so that we are not, say, like a group of people who were on Deviant Delight plus folks from various guilds plus folks who may have just found us through the comings and goings of WoW. We are one guild, right? So ultimately, like coffee is a place for us to enjoy a video game first and foremost. And but getting through like a big ass raid, it comprised of bugs or liches, etc. It's no small feat, and a lot goes into that. And I think a core aspect of that is thinking of ourselves as like one group. So I want all of us to we're on the same team. Many different things have brought us together here in WoW, and I think it's a testament to this group that we're able to do the stuff that we do and have a great time doing it. So thinking about what is sort of like the mission, quote unquote, I keep coming down to like this phrase I like to call like fun performance. The stuff that we're in now, and certainly looking toward Naxxramas, like these are raids that quite a few guilds out there struggle with, and it's a testament um, to the input and the gameplay of everyone here that we're actually able to like clear the stuff the way we do. But what I want us to do as a group now and moving forward is really center preparation, focus, as well as camaraderie. So like we're gonna have a blast doing this. We're gonna yuck around. We're gonna meme each other, but we really got to come prepared. And when the moment calls for it, we got to knuckle down and focus. And what's our goal? It's to blast the rest of Classic, put Kelty Assad back in his grave, fuck that guy, and also truck onward into TBC and whatever else Blizzard is gonna throw our way. And you're like, what's our vibe? Like, we're chill and we're dedicated. Like, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get, way too focused on, the different loot that'll drop and just, memeing each other. But again, there is the element of we want to respect one another's time. We got to knuckle down when the situation calls for it and just blast through this stuff in a hopefully as reasonable time frame as we can manage. So getting into raid preparation, we are in the stage of the game where preparation is increasingly important, and as I've sort of been alluding to, moving into Nax, like preparation it's going to be a big thing. So raiders are expected to come prepared each raid night, including our farm raids on Tuesdays. Now, does that mean that on our farm night where we are going through easier content that you need to drop like several hundred gold on consumes? No, like there's like a whole galaxy of like lesser consumes out there that are perfectly good to use, that are far less penalizing on your wallet. And one of the things that our revamped officer layer is going to do is like help provide you with information and documentation on if you are X class, like these are the consumes that are available to you that will hopefully be a little lighter on your wallet so that you can divert more of that gold to the Naxxramas stuff, which we'll talk about in a bit. But like, what does preparation mean? It means your consumes. It really means your world buffs. Like you got to get your world buffs. One of the nice things about a mega server is that, kind of with the exception of Rend, which is like a little bit more unpredictable, it's relatively straightforward to get all your world buffs, like especially Songflower and especially DMT. Twixie does their Dire Maul runs throughout the week. It's very, for speaking personally, usually when I go out to Feralas to like get some DMT buffs, like I find somebody, you gotta toss them a couple gold. But really, like world buffs have a massive impact on our ability to get through raids in a timely fashion. So like you gotta come with the world buffs, especially on farm raids, because it's like on a Tuesday night. It's different than a Friday. We have a lot of folks who work full time. We have folks who have families. We can't really be like, trying to truck through Molten Core and it's like 11 o'clock. It's just something that we need to like move past. I think like some of our recent raids have been really good on this front, and I'm very happy to like report that. But it's something that I want to reconfirm with everybody that preparation, like it's not a request, like it's a requirement. Personally, I don't think it is like a huge requirement, but if you are finding that IRL stuff is getting in the way of your ability to get world buffs or like figure out what consumes to get, reach out to officers. Like we're here to help. There are resources that we have available to like help you with that. But like we got to know if you're struggling on that front. We don't want anyone to feel like they're being left behind or that they're being punished because they don't have time. Like IRL always comes before a 20-year-old video game. But like we want to help you get that preparation. So the easiest thing you can do is stick your hand up and ask for help. If you're going to bring an alt to a farm night, you're expected to come prepared. And again, that means world buffs. That means understanding our strategies. That means the relevant consumes. Can't it's like, again, in the interest of respecting one another's times, our ability to just like do straight carries. Like we got to be able to get through the night in a reasonable time, especially again for folks who have things to do on Wednesday. For folks who are leading our raids who work full time, we just got to make sure that we are coming prepared and ready to blast. And also preparation, it is a consideration for loot. Like we are keeping an eye on how prepared folks are, and like when we're discussing, these big items, like the folks who are like consistently coming prepared, like we think about that and we do talk about that as a group. So just to note that as well. But again, if you have any questions or concerns on this front, please reach out to me, reach out to Twix. Like, we'll work with you on that. We don't want anyone being left behind. Again, the goal here is to have a good time. And also, you know, if you kind of get this stuff, like, it makes you blast more, which, like, who doesn't love that? So, Naxxramas, this is kind of the last area to discuss, and then I'll open it up to questions. Phase 6 is approaching. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're probably going to get an announcement on this sometime in the next like month and a half, I would say. And Naxxramas, I mean, it's no small thing. Like, we as a guild, we gotta prepare now, both as individuals as well as guild wide. Naxxramas was not designed for like the casual player. That doesn't mean that like a chill guild can't drop Naxxramas. Like, it's quite the contrary. But there are some elements of this raid that are like, they make AQ look like a picnic. You know, and the frost resistance gear is one I wanted to highlight, where like we ain't getting a kill through Zod if like we don't prioritize starting to collect frost resistance gear. You know, progressing through Naxxramas itself to get the frost runes. So like if you've got some gold chilling around, I would start looking at frost resistance, you know, jewelry, etc., and start collecting that stuff because the price will go up and up on that. So, you know, preparation is especially key for Naxxramas. But, you know, what's the goal? I mean, Naxxramas is the coolest thing in WoW Classic. I know we have quite a few folks in the guild who've never been in there. Maybe some of you have only been in there through Wrath of the Lich King. But for those of us on the, you know, within the guild who have been, like, there's no comparison. Like, Naxxramas is super fucking cool, and I can't wait for us to go in there as a guild. But again, you got to expect some substantial consume use during progression. Again, this also, you know, goes back to the, as we're doing progression, like, think about and prioritize those like quote unquote lesser consumes that will give you a boost but are not so impactful on the wallet. You want to start farming and buying up stuff now before like prices begin to increase, and I think they already are starting to do so. And again, we're going to work with you on consume and gear requirements so that there are no surprises. We're more than capable of getting through Nax in a single night, but that kind of progression is going to take time. Like, we're not going to clear it the first week. That's totally okay. There are elements of Nax that you just kind of have to go in there and again, especially on like the Frost Rune stuff. But we definitely will get to that point. I have no trouble believing that. But again, preparation and patience and kindness with one another as we are maybe banging our head repeatedly again and again against a single boss, thinking about you, Patchwork, thinking about you, Lotheb, thinking about you, Four Horsemen. We can get through this stuff, but preparation, some practice, really understanding the strategies, and working with the different officers and the different functions that they have is going to be very vital for us to experience, again, what is the coolest place in WoW Classic by far. And so there's more to come. You know, we're going to keep talking about the Loot Council, getting ready for Phase 6, all the Nax strategy guides and preparation and walkthrough, the works. I'm also working on a more robust recruitment strategy. Tonight, the fact that we had 42 people sign up is amazing, but we're not done yet. You know, the ideal dream state is that we have a full raid team of 45 people, so, you know, 40 people plus a rotating bench of 5. You know, I think as everyone has seen or witnessed, you know, this summer especially, you know, things come up, people can't make it. And the last thing that we want is to have to go out there looking for pugs, which then forces us to have to do an SR run, which I don't think anyone really likes. No one loves to roll on gear. So, but if we can keep that full 40, which is especially important for Nax, we can keep loot inside the guild, and also build up our guild members as well, which is very important. So if you are at all interested in helping me on recruitment, please reach out. You know, I've got stuff in the server Discord. I've been posting to look for group, but I am just one spiky cow. I could use some help on this. If anyone has any advice and has done guild recruitment in the past, I could definitely use your input on there. So please, please, please reach out to me. This will be an evolving thing, not just, you know, as we continue on through this phase, but moving into Nax especially, you know, as as time goes on, new games come out, new versions of WoW come out. Like people come in and out of the game. I totally understand that. Again, IRL takes precedence over that. But it's really important for us as a guild to try to stay at that 40 level, especially with Nax, because you can't really go in there with 35 people. You'll just get blown away, and yeah, it's a whole thing. And then also, I might randomly do like a Warcraft movie night. I love that Warcraft movie. It's like an amazing B fantasy movie. So thinking about doing a stream maybe on like a random weeknight where people are just farming and hanging out, and I'll just throw up a stream. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
Should do the Dungeons and Dragons movie too.
That is a great suggestion. I will write that one down. So that's my spiel. Floor is open to questions. We have 11 minutes to 7:30, so 11 minutes for anyone who wants to take the floor, ask questions, share your thoughts, share concerns. The box is here. Please step on it and say your piece, and introduce yourselves if you can, because I don't know everyone's voice of just the first glance. So. Thank you, Yui.
Force strength, force stam.
The only comment I have on the movie night is I think it's worth testing out what kind of streaming service is better with Discord's kind of shoddy screen sharing sometimes. I wonder if we could get away with it on Twitch without like a partnered viewer. Because if you're not partnered, you're not going to get reported or anything. I assume you could get away with it.
It should be fine doing it on Discord. I've watched a few movies before with the guilds doing it through here.
And
yeah, I stream movies and shows on Discord with some friends of mine all the time. I think that our boost rating is high enough where we can do it at a pretty high fidelity, so I'm not too concerned.
Oh, that's fair. That makes sense. The friendly server I'm in has no boosts. Checks out.
And for whatever it's worth, I have some access to some really high quality rips of just about anything you'd ever want to watch, so I could
Pirate.
stream
That
some...
sounds illegal.
It's
Dana.
not. It's not. It's totally not. It's totally cool. Don't worry about it.
Any non-movie related questions or thoughts people want to share? All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to post this slideshow to the Discord, so please take a look at it. If you have any evolving thoughts or questions, my door is open. Hit up any officers. We'll be making some tweaks in the, for officer ranks and such. And yeah, I know that Thana has recorded this, so that will be posted to Discord in time as well. So yeah, I guess we'll.
I have one question, real quick. This is Cobbs, by the way.
Sure.
My real name is Brian. I'm from Michigan.
Hi, Brian from Michigan.
Thanks. Now that Steve is no longer the weapons rack, can I be the weapons rack?
Short answer.
Do I get all of his weapons? Like, yeah, I want all those.
Short answer, no. Long answer, no. Nexus crystals. Nexus crystals are where our weapons go.
Is that allowed? Can I chime in on this?
Please.
I never said I was stepping down as the weapon rank. Go fuck yourself, Cobbs.
Cool. All right. Well, like I said, thanks so much for your time, folks. My digital door is open, as it is for the officers. I hope you're as excited about what's coming next as much as I am. And yeah, let's take a break, get ready for AQ, and let's go kick Cthulhu's shit in. Oh yeah, please go for it.
Yui is asking for someone to verbalize his question for him because he cannot find his microphone. And I'm waiting on him to type it out.
Oh no, they already did. It says, "Are we going to be sticking through?"
At Chad, are you going to be sticking around for TBC? I know you were on the fence earlier, wondering about the fate of our new GM.
It's something I'm thinking about. I love Classic. I will absolutely guarantee that I will be here through the end of Classic and into, pre-patch, etc. My feelings about TBC are, it's a good time. It is a lot of grindy stuff. Do I have the time in my life to grind the fuck out of TBC the way I would want to? I'm still thinking about it. Like, I've done a lot of research. TBC Resto Shaman sounds fucking amazing, and when I get there, I may just decide, nah, I'm just gonna jump in. I love Karazhan in particular, but again, I don't have I don't have a full decision there. And hey, even if I don't go into TBC, I will certainly be bothering everyone and demanding constant updates into what's going on with TBC. So, I don't know. Still figuring that one out. But TBC is so far away. We have so much more AQ and so much more Nax and all the fun things coming up. So, and do I want to make like a Blood Elf hunter? Like, yeah, I kind of do. So. We're just going to become a Blood Elf RP guild, and I think that's okay.
Real quick before everyone leaves Discord for 20 minutes, Onu has once again prepped a AQ for us with as few Mind Slayers as possible. So if you're going to stay on for the next 30 minutes till raids start, whisper him for an invite, because he's going to form the raid up so we can keep that ID. Then we can pass leadership around and whatnot when we get in there, but just wanted to throw that out there for simplicity since everyone's in Discord right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Ono, for doing that. I don't know if he's in Disc, but thank you.
I don't know if anyone said it yet, but congrats to all the new officers. Thank you, Chud, for putting in this work. It's noticeable. Already noticeable, and nothing's really been implemented or done yet. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing things as they continue to progress into next.